What we are seeing now is the first pictures of the funeral of Kim Jong Il. We are seeing at the beginning in Kim Il-sung Square in Pyongyang, in the capital, the car holding a large portrait of a smiling Kim Jong Il ahead of a car which is holding the coffin. Now, interestingly, we did see on that car, just to the right-hand side, holding onto the car and walking along by the side as it was driving through the square, was Kim Jong Un. Now, we did expect him to be front and centre. We expected this to not only be a chance for North Korea to say goodbye to its so-called dear leader, but also to establish power for its so-called supreme leader. So we did see Kim Jong Un at the front of the car. Just behind him, we saw his uncle, Chung Jang-taek. And now this is significant because we do understand that he was going to be the mentor for Kim Jong Un, as obviously he's very young, he's not even 30 yet. But these are the very first pictures that we are seeing from Pyongyang.
And let's talk about just how restrictive it is in terms of what the outside world is allowed to see in this very reclusive nation.
Well, really, Kim Jong Il kept us all guessing in death as he did in life, because we didn't even know whether or not the funeral had started. This is such a secretive state. There was very little that people were able to report from inside. We really just had to rely on North Korean television, which we're watching right now, and also North Korean state media. Foreign delegations have not been invited to this funeral, which is also in keeping with what happened with the grandfather, Kim Il-sung. Now there you can see Kim Jong-un just at the front right of the car that's carrying his father's coffin, and saluting there with his uncle just behind him. Now, clearly that's very significant, the fact that he is walking alongside this car. This is not what Kim Jong Il did 17 years ago at his own father's funeral. So a very significant move there. And he's walking along the car, which is driving through Kim Il-sung Square. And you can see thousands of members of the military there. The military obviously incredibly important in North Korea. It's more than 1 million strong, 1.1 million strong, it's believed. And it's very important that Kim Jong-un has the support of the military in order to be able to have the support of North Korea and to be able to keep power in North Korea. So these pictures obviously being watched around the world at this point. Very interesting pictures. The first glimpse we are having of this funeral, with very somber music being played on North Korean television beneath it. Rosemary?
Indeed, and Paul, analysts were very eager to see the role that Kim Jong-un would take in this funeral, because that does indicate a lot when it comes to succession and what sort of role he will take. And he is front and centre there, as you pointed out, more so than his own father was at the death of his father 17 years ago. So what can we presume from this as we watch this funeral procession?
Well, this is a chance for North Korea to say goodbye to Kim Jong Il. It is also a chance for the leadership to show who is now in control. It's very important for them to show that Kim Jong-un is in control. It's very important for them to show that North Korea is stable and that the succession is going according to script. And if you were watching these pictures, you would assume that the succession is going smoothly, that the previous leader in the coffin on the car and the new leader leading at the front right of that car. So certainly that is a significant fact that he is next to the car. Back in 1994, for Kim Il-sung's funeral, we actually saw Kim Jong Il and all the leadership standing on a podium, a red carpeted podium within the square itself, but this time he has decided to move alongside the car.